Hello Kerbaleers! Today we're doing some tests for PFC XII. We're going to EVE and we're testing out Billy Winn's Pure Electric Engines mod, and it's been modified by FleshJeb. I'm also testing a couple of different types of launch platforms, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. First, we have to get there, and since I can't bring up my cheat menu for some reason, I had to fly there the hard way. So this is my first attempt. I made a plane with two of the engines on them, and you'll see how that goes. It works pretty good in the atmosphere, but it's a little slow. Yeah, it's time for some pretty flyby shots. That's so quiet it's almost eerie. Flight's going a little slow, so I think I'll check up the crew. Jeb's up here flying, he's doing just fine, looking around, all happy. Yeah, there's Bill, there's Bob, there's, I forget your name, and then there's Val. Everybody seems somewhat happy. Well, we're not getting much speed. I don't think we're gonna make it to space today, guys. Yep, she's just a little underpowered. My prograde's getting closer and closer to the horizon mark. I try to level out a little bit to gain some speed, but end up losing altitude. I think I've taken this far enough. Let's go back to the Space Center, maybe the VAB, and build something with some more power. I know, it's ugly, but the engines are pretty. Okay, here we go. Engaging Phantom Drive. Computer stuttered there. A little bit of lag. It'll jump there in a second. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Sorry, no beauty shots. I was concentrating on flying. This thing wasn't exactly aerodynamic, shall we say, so I had a little trouble flying it. Okay, you get the idea here. I'm going to speed the rest of this up a bit. As I do my gravity turn here, you can see she's bucking like a bronco. For some reason, I'm having a little torque roll issue as well. Now I'm using FleshJeb to set up all my nodes, but I'm actually performing the nodes myself, doing the burn with the engines. Now that I have a stable orbit, let's go to Eve. Strobe warning for those with epilepsy or problems with flashing lights. I had to fast forward almost 2 years. I had to stop here and resize the nav ball because I couldn't read it. My eyes are getting that bad. Okay, time to start burning for our node. I do believe we have a capture set up. Let's just do a little fine-tuning here. Now let's set up a node so we can circularize. With that, we have a stable orbit. I'm just going to adjust our inclination back to 0. Free thrust, I mean, you gotta try to abuse it. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Now I'm aiming for somewhere near that island in the middle of the crater there. I think that looks like a good spot. I reduced my speed as much as I could, so it's pretty much dropping straight down. My plan is to use the engines to slow it down as it goes into the atmosphere. Engage the drive, we're dropping too fast. Yeah, that's right, I made a big lawn dart. That's okay, we'll get it right side up later. maybe we'll get it right side up when the parachute's open. There we go. Now we'll have a nice, smooth, slow landing. I like how it floats, but I'm going to move it over to land with vessel mover so I can get some nice beauty shots. Okay, I know what you're saying. Jolly, enough with the space mission crap. Let's get to the battles. Okay, well, here you go. First, I'm going to try out the ship mod. It works pretty good for loading and launching, but we'll have to see what happens when we do the revert. Now, these planes are identical except for the engine setup. These here have the equivalent to the Weasley, and the others have the equivalent to the Panther. We also have the equivalent to the Whiplash, but I'll get into the differences in the engines after the battles. The ECO is the Weasley and the EC2 is the Panther. Uh-oh, I think we have a suicide. Yep, that one's down. It's 2-on-1 and the ECOs have the disadvantage. ECO is good for steady power and is really good for energy fighters, and it's not too greedy on the electricity. But it doesn't have the overall speed and acceleration that the EC2 or EC3 has. These planes, by the way, were provided by FleshJeb. Kerbal goes unconscious, missile strike. Ooh, there's nothing but a cockpit left. Ooh, she's gonna be mad when she wakes up. Okay, the EC2 wins. Let's F9 and see what happens when we revert. I'm interested to see if the ships bounce. No, why you do? Oh, that happened on both ships. Now both ships are heading towards each other. Oh, this isn't going to be good. Smack. Oh, yeah, that's going to be trouble. Let's reset everything, and then we're going to take back the EC0s and load up the EC3s, and have a battle between the EC2 and EC3. And the ships bounce and slide away from each other again. I think after this battle I'm going to use Billy Winn's Naval Parts mod. I think I've made a decent platform I can launch from. That's for next battle. Now that we're all set up, let's get the battle started. The EC3 engines are the equivalent to the Whiplash, so they're all power all the time, and not the greatest acceleration, but better than the EC0. The problem is they suck a lot of energy. It takes a lot of electricity to run them. Probably 3 generators to keep it going. The EC2s, on the other hand, are like the Whiplash with the afterburners, and they can get by on 2 generators per engine. Since these planes are all identical except for the engine, they're all set up with 1 generator. So this will exhibit how much electricity that they really need to draw, because later on that will become a problem when someone runs out of electricity. Oh, insta-kill from an AIM-9. Now, remember what I said about electric consumption? The EC3s run out of battery and the generator's just keeping up with the engine. There's no spare electricity to run all the weapons. It can't keep the radar going either. Wait a second, I think the fuel tanks have been shot off. It has, so I don't even know what the generator's drawing from and what's powering the engine right now. Ah, the engine died. It's not being powered. It's using glide factor to keep its momentum going. Yep, there it is. The generator says it's missing fuel. Meanwhile, the EC2s are flying just fine and still have more than half their battery power. I think they could last a full battle on 1 generator. But don't take my word for it. You'll have to do some testing on your own. The EC3 is just slowly spiraling down to the water. As soon as it hits, we'll move on to the next battle. Okay, up next you'll see the other platform that I planned on using, and with that one I don't have any problem with reverts bouncing everything up in the air. Gee, you think it's big enough? And I tested it several times. No jumps on revert. It's perfect. So let's get into the battle. While the planes are heading out to flight distance, I have to take a minute and thank FleshJeb, who did a lot of work in editing the mod and testing everything to make sure it would all work the way I wanted it to work. Going by FleshJeb's recommendations, I'm starting the battles at 12 kilometers. what I'm noticing, the AIM 120s aren't that accurate, but the AIM 9s are a little more dangerous. Uh-oh, we have an EC3 suicide. That puts it 2-on-1, and the EC3s have the disadvantage. The EC3 is really burning through its electricity. Okay, the EC3's reached a point where it can't keep its radar going. Battery's dropping fast. Battery's almost dead. Battery's dead and the fuel's almost gone for the generator. That's it, the engine shut down. There's nothing left to drive it. That's it, the EC2s win again by attrition, suicide, and battery loss. That's not a good way to win. Now, what I'm going to do for PFC XII is, instead of giving you all the different mod links, I'm just going to give you a mod pack with all the links you need, and you can just dump that in your game data folder. Make things a lot easier on all of us. Once this guy hits the water, we'll take you back to the spaceplane hangar and I'll show you the exact differences between the engines. First, I'm going to put down some tanks, that way I have something to attach the engines to. Okay, let's take a look at the generators. The one on the right is the Mark 0, the one on the left is the Mark 125. The Mark 0 generator only makes a third the power of the full-size generator. Now let's look at the engines. Starting off, you have the EC1, which is a Juno, and then the EC0, which is the Weasley. That's the EC1 just for size comparison. Now I'm going to put the EC2 and EC3 on the left and right. As you can tell, there's not much difference visually between the EC2 and the EC3. Okay, let's take a look at output versus draw. I'm playing this at half speed so you can pause it and take a look at the details for each engine. Okay, there's your first look at the three engines that will be available to you. I'm going to start putting the rules on paper here over the next week or so and let Enter get all his entries in for Tank Fight Club. Then I will put out a video on all the rules. I hope you've enjoyed what I've done today. Stay tuned in the upcoming weeks for the rules video. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, Kerbaleers.